want to know about the background, we'll talk about that for a few minutes.
I'd just like you to move your head so I can see the Nightmare Before Christmas poster. Oh, there it is. Love it. That's the only thing I can really make out.
A lot of it is Nightmare Before Christmas related, and there's Animaniac stuff back there, Austin Powers,
Love it.
things like that. Yeah. I
Okay.
love the fact that you have Evil Hag as your username on this.
That's my username for Zoom, so I just am too lazy to change it right now. Now everyone knows.
You know, you and I have talked like 8 different times over the years. It's kind of nuts.
I know. Have I changed? Has
No,
Hollywood ruined me?
no,
Okay, good.
no. I remember you from Safety Not Guaranteed.
Oh
That
man.
was when we first met at South by Southwest.
2012? 2013.
12, I
Wow.
believe. Yeah,
Crazy. 8 years.
I know.
I could have
Nuts.
had multiple children. And what's wrong with me? What am I waiting for?
I don't know. What are you waiting for?
Just waiting for that hardware, baby. Just grab that trophy and get knocked up. That's what all the real ones do.
Um, so how you been? How you holding up?
Fine, just watching the country,
Yeah.
go to shit. No, everything's fine. I'm fine. I'm very grateful for my time off, honestly, during this pandemic. But it's been a wild summer. It's been a wild pandemic.
Yeah,
Crazy
it's been
time.
crazy. I know this is not tied to this, but I do have to just ask you, how was your drive-in premiere experience last night?
Honestly, it was awesome. It was so satisfying to see a movie on the big screen with other people, even though we were all in our cars. I felt their energy, and
You
it.
should. That movie was freaking great, just like this one.
Thank you. Very, very similar movies too,
Oh,
actually.
yes, very much so. I mean, all the heavy themes that, Happiest Season deals with that
Yeah,
Black Bear just overlooks.
yeah. I would say that the alternative title for Black Bear is Unhappiest Season. Just gonna put that out there.
Yeah, I would agree with that. So you've worked so much in independent films, and you've done a lot of mainstream stuff too. We know this.
Yes.
Um, but honestly, with so much of independent films going to shit this year because of the pandemic,
Hmm.
where would your career be without film festivals?
Oof, I don't know. I don't want to think about that. I love film festivals, and like film festivals to me are just it's just the most like purest like fun part of the business because you're just enjoying and celebrating like small movies that maybe no one will ever see again, or maybe that everyone will see it. You just never know. So I'm very, very passionate about film festivals, and I would say yes, independent films are have maybe have had a hard time during the pandemic, but a lot of that is you know due to waiting on certain unions to give rules and about COVID safety and insurance and things like that, which gets tricky and complicated. But I have hope for independent films. I think that smaller, intimate kind of projects are gonna find their way.
I
And I think a lot of them already have.
Yeah, I hope so too. I mean, in a lot of ways, I would actually say that independent films have actually dominated the pandemic because I think studios have been so afraid to put anything out because they're going to lose money.
I mean, this movie, like Black Bear, was supposed to have a theatrical release, and we will have. We'll be on some screens, um, but now people are going to be able to see it otherwise as well. So it doesn't, that it's not about money. It's of course it's about money in a lot of ways, but I think independent films, they don't have to make $30 million on their opening night because they didn't cost $30 million or $60 million. I mean, some of these budgets are so bloated and insane. It's like, what are we doing? You don't need that many people to make a movie.
No, I completely agree. I wanted to ask what it was like working with Florence. I mean, he was telling me a little bit that you met on Easy, and that's where he wanted to cast you in the film.
Yes, that is kind of how we got to know each other as actors, and I think it was very clear to me when I met him that we had a similar approach to the process of acting and filmmaking. And I was already a fan of his because I really liked Always Shine, which is a movie he wrote that his wife directed, Sophia Takal. Um, so I kind of was interested in him as a filmmaker anyway, and then knowing him as an actor just solidified like our connection. Um, Even though it was a 5 day comedy shoot, it was like we were just totally on the same page, and I think we had a lot of similarities. Like we were both in relationships with other filmmakers as well, so we had a lot of discussions about what that's like and how complicated it can be. And I think a lot of the movie is inspired by that.
Yeah, I have to tell you that obviously I'm a fan and I've watched so much of your work. This is by far like you freaking knock it out of the fucking park with this movie.
Thank you, dude.
Yeah,
That's thanks.
I'm
I
rooting for you for like independent spirits because you know like the big award ceremonies are not going to pay attention to this. Like, let's just be fucking honest.
Why? What's wrong? What do I have to do? Kill myself on camera? I practically did.
I know. That last like 25
Oh,
minutes of this
whatever.
movie is insane.
I know it's messed up.
How did you get that dark for this? Like where did you have to go mentally?
Don't ask me that. Fuck, I don't know. It was a combination of, the what I normally do and my normal process, which I have a hard time articulating what that is, but combined with this kind of very intense shooting environment, and style of shooting, combined with, levels, just combined with honestly 50 takes. I mean, one thing I respect about Larry is that he won't compromise and he has good taste, but sometimes the dude just won't stop. And that, that sometimes is good because it breaks you down in a way that otherwise you might not have been. Is it worth it? I don't know. But there were a lot of elements that went into getting me into that zone. And I think I was also just surrounded by incredible actors. I mean, everyone, even people that didn't have lines, were so good that it felt real. It was probably the first time that I've ever shot where I felt almost confused about reality at times.
Well, that's great. Thank you so much. Always a pleasure.
Thanks, Scott.
I'll talk to you soon.
Talk to you
On
soon.
to the next one. Bye bye.
Thanks, Scott.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye.